Who are you? I'm no one.
There's an awful lot about fate and destiny in the movie, and when I was watching it, I started thinking back to you as a teenager, got a summer job with Kathleen Kennedy, the producer. One of your first writing jobs was on Regarding Henry with Harrison Ford. Did you reflect during the making of it that maybe this was laid out for you all along?
There are a lot of odd things that have led to this, and I think it's almost a dangerous thing to start to try and make sense of different experiences and how they add up. Among the many odd things, being 16 years old and getting this call out of nowhere that Matt Reeves and I got from Kathy Kennedy asking if we would repair Steven Spielberg's student films, from that to something as strange as we started shooting this movie on George Lucas's birthday, and the movie came out on Steven Spielberg's birthday. There's so many weird things along the way that feel like it almost feels like it doesn't make any sense, or you're making it up. But I have no idea what the connection really is.
I was raised to do one thing, but I've got nothing to fight for.
Were you surprised at how well the lid was kept on it in terms of people finding out stuff?
I continue to be hopeful that that people will try and respect the audience who has not yet seen the movie. But, on the one hand, I'm not surprised. I'm grateful for the cast and crew for just not wanting the movie to be spoiled for audiences. And on the other hand, it is just a movie that if you do know about certain things that happen, you look at things like Jaws, and that was a pretty significant bestseller before the movie came out, and people sort of, knew what happened there, but they still wanted to see the film.
Nothing will stand in our way. I will finish what you started.
How far into the process did the idea of filming on Skellig Michael come up?
Very early on. I mean, they brought us a ton of images of various locations, as location managers do. There were some incredible options, but nothing that touched what Skellig Michael offered. The question was, would we be able to shoot there? And the Irish Film Commission was extraordinarily, cooperative and eager and generous. And there were people who I knew who had been involved in the in Irish filmmaking, like Trina Vargo, and people who were very helpful in talking about, what we might expect actually shooting there and being there. And we got to go there and, and film, a sequence that I think is certainly one of the visually most stunning. And what's incredible is how much of that was just in camera. And I don't even know if people will believe until they visit themselves how much was just what was there, what was natural, what had been built so long ago. And we were just honored that we were allowed to film there, and we were as respectful and as possible, because we knew it was this sacred space.
The dark side. A Jedi.
When you were finished and you film in the can and you watched it back, were you more emotional than you thought you would be?
The whole movie? It's hard to look at something that you were involved with for 3 years with this many people and going through the processes we have and look at it with any sort of objectivity. But it's weird. Usually I'm very critical when I see things, and all I'm thinking is, oh, I should have, I could have, I would have. But there is every once in a while, when I'm watching something, I sort of get caught up in a performance because the actors did such an amazing job, or a piece of music because John Williams is, so spectacular and just the master, or the way something looks or feels, and I think, oh, you know, and it's mostly about celebrating and acknowledging the incredible work that this crew and cast have done.
Great job.
Oh, cheers.
The Force. It's calling to you.